Leigh D-Series jigs help you create dovetail joinery that is attractive, strong, and fits together perfectly. The adjustable guide finger assembly is the heart of the jig. At some point over the life of your jig, you might need to replace some of the guide fingers if they absorb damage while routing or through a mishap. Replacement fingers can be ordered through the jig upgrade page at LeighTools.com. Look for the link in the description below. Let's get started. This tutorial will guide you through the process of removing and installing D-Series jig guide fingers. For this video, we'll be using a D4R Pro, but these instructions apply to all D-Series jigs. Take the guide finger assembly off the jig and lay it out on your work surface with the scales in HB tails mode, the guide finger screws facing up, and the pointed ends of the fingers facing away from you. Remove the scales by loosening the set screws. Remember, if you don't have a D4R Pro, your scales may look a little different, but this process works the same way. Slide the smaller 1/4-inch half-blind pin bar out of the way for now. Remove as many fingers as necessary by loosening and sliding them off the end of the assembly. There are both left and right-hand side fingers, so it's best to organize them in pairs. Please note that the fingers alternate either left-right or right-left, depending on which end of the finger assembly you're working from. Inside each guide finger there's an L or R marking indicating left or right, the Leigh wedge system, and 2 openings. The finger bar is going to go right through the middle of the guide fingers. The smaller opening is for the 1/4-inch bar. The guide finger replacement procedure is the same whether you're installing from the left or the right. New guide fingers may be stiff when you install them. They can be sticky on the bar and require some force. They will loosen up after a bit of use. If the fingers are giving you trouble, do not use a hammer to bang them into place. If they're stuck, make sure you pull the fingers onto the bar. Pushing can lead to injury. The easiest way to put new fingers on the finger bar is to clamp the finger bar vertically in a vise. This is usually more effective than holding the finger bar in your hands. Before you start installing replacement guide fingers, make sure the screws on those fingers are loose. Remember, the procedure is the same regardless of the side you start from. Let's start with the wedge toward the finger bar. On an angle, hook the finger, wedge first, onto the bar. Push the finger opening down and over the end of the bar. Again, hook the wedge, and then go down and over the bar. Now let's install a finger with the wedge away from the bar. Hook the finger onto the bar at the same angle as you did before. When the wedge system faces away from the bar, you may need to push it out of the way to avoid it sticking. Repeat the process, alternating left and right as many times as necessary. When you're finished, lay the finger assembly down on your work surface, screw side up and pointed ends away from you, and slide the smaller 1/4-inch bar back in place. Tighten the guide finger screws so they don't slide around on you. Slide the scales on the ends of the finger bar. Be sure that HB tails mode is face up. Don't tighten the set screws or thumb screws just yet. Place the finger assembly back on the jig in HB tails mode at the 3/4-inch setting and tighten the thumb screws. Now go ahead and tighten the set screws on both sides. This allows the scales and finger assembly to align itself with the support brackets and jig. And that's it, we're done. You can get back to routing now. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to keep up to date on all Leigh Tools products, tutorials, and info.